Settle in right now. It is time for the Hodge Pack, sports, life, and everything in between with Josh, Misty, and Hodge. Going live. 3, 2, 1.
Good morning and welcome to the Hodge Pack, sports, life, and everything in between on your Friday morning. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is the circus is in town, literally. Here in the Mall of Abilene, we are at Potosi Live Studio here in the Mall of Abilene. Again, we're presented by Lytle Land and Cattle and Misty, Hodge, and Josh. We have a jam-packed show for you. There's so much going on in the world of sports on just about every possible field there can be. The baseball diamond, the basketball court, the football field off of it. So much going on. Golf, everything, softball, you name it. There's so much going on. And we got a jam-packed. And we are here at 7 with all three of us, which is cool. So, Misty, Josh, how are we?
Good. I'm glad it's Friday.
Yeah, Misty surprised me. She's not usually here this early.
Oh, yeah. It was one of those kind of like those situations where somebody hadn't been to church in a long time.
My pew's on fire.
And Josh is like, oh, what are you doing here? Well, I was going to come to church, but I guess I'll leave now.
I felt very judged.
You should be. I was judging.
Between the mannequin
like,
and...
You haven't been here for 2 weeks, and then you show up early.
That's
a good employee. She's just a good employee.
I'm on the comeback.
Yeah, and so we are here. Missy had been on vacation, and we're back. And again, there's so much to talk about. The Lawrence Hall headline report is absolutely more than one page today because each of these headlines could be a whole segment. There's so much going on, and so we'll dive right into it. Literally, again, shout out to Lawrence Hall of Abilene. They were part of a big. They do such a great job, Gary. And their team does such a good job of giving back and being a part. They were part of the American Cancer Society golf tournament, which Misty and Clay and Tammy and Corey chaired, and we got to be a part of that yesterday. And so it was a good day. And so we'll talk more about that Lawrence Hall headline report in a moment. But just a couple other things. We will, at the bottom of the hour, our Big Country Electric My Town segment, will be having Tiffany Smith and Casey coming in to talk about the tornado relief opportunity. It's going to be happening at Potosi Live next Thursday, and so they'll be coming in to talk about how you can get tickets and get tables and go see Della Rose and Caleb Sutton, and so they'll be here. And then we're probably going to, at some point, maybe in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to reach out and use our Pest Patrol phone line to call our Pest Patrol phone people who are on the Buffalo Run, which is happening right now. They're going across the state of Texas, doing all their scavenger hunt stuff and all that. And so we'll reach out to Weldon and see how the old pitter patter is doing. And then again, the circus is in town, but also the circus in town is happening still with Caitlin Clark. Our Black Plumbing social media question of the week is Caitlin Clark being treated unfairly, dirty, or is it just competitive basketball? And we'll talk about that as well. So let's jump into our Lawrence Hall headline report. We'll start it off with golf because I know Josh will want to get that knocked out.
Yeah, really.
The Memorial is happening in Ohio, where Jack's tournament is just basically Jack's tournament. In fact, I should just call it Jack's tournament. Adam Hadwin is leading that at 6 under, and of course, Scotty Scheffler must be doing a great job as a dad and everything. Sorry, honey, I'm going to go play golf. I am 1 under. All charges were dropped on Scotty, so set me free. He was free at last. I'm free at last. Scotty Scheffler, 1 stroke back at the Memorial at Jack's Place again in Ohio. Adam Hadwin leading that at 6 under. Unfortunately, the passing this past week of one of the best, not only offensive linemen, but Josh, probably one of the most amazing athletes for the size that he was known for the bench presses and also the running down of if anybody intercepted, he could come run you down. Larry Allen passes away, 6-time first-team NFL, part of the Super Bowl winning team of Super Bowl 30. But the passing of Larry Allen just at the age of 52, the freak of an athlete that Larry Allen was and just dominating as an offensive lineman was pretty amazing.
Oh, for sure. It just right off the bat, one of the best, for sure, Cowboys legend and all of that. And it was unexpected, when I saw that came across the news, because you think about it, he was only 52 years old, so it's not one of those, that you're just any day now he can pass away. Like
6 years away from that. So
shocking.
Very young.
But so it was kind of one of those sad to just kind of sit and remember things. But he was one of the best.
And the clips that came up was obviously the chase down when he tackled Peter Swelling from getting a touchdown after interception, and there was a clip of just John Madden highlights or commentaries of just what Larry Allen was doing to the defensive lineman in front of him. And one of the stories they said about it, he would do it in practice and he would also do it in the games. He would do a choo-choo sound, like choo-choo, like the
plane's coming. You better get ready.
Coming, the play's coming at you, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. And so Larry Allen gone at the young age of 52. And so again, opportunity players that we watch growing up, we expect them to pass away a little bit older. But again, Larry Allen passing away this past week. One of the things that came out that I thought was interesting, and I hope it stays away from Texas, the Florida High School Athletic Association voted to approve NIL availability for high school athletes. To me, you already have NIL. It's called you work, you may mow yards, you may do this, you may have a job somewhere else and then play sports. But they're going to be able to use their name, image, and likeness. Josh, to me, Misty, this is the Pandora box that, even though it's already been opened in college, is crazy that we're even thinking about this and seeing it happen in high school.
I agree that it is, but two things I think are funny. I don't know what the rules are as far as, especially in Florida, like there are no rules here in Texas, as you just mentioned. And I've heard plenty of stories of certain, small town athletes getting some no-show jobs and stuff like that, like, so just to help them out a little bit, but you're not recruiting. I mean, maybe, like, I don't know, but so I don't really know what the point of it would be. Like you mentioned, there's plenty of people that, will hire a couple guys off the team to come do some work, which I don't know, and maybe pay them more than they should. So I don't know what exactly the benefit of this is. If they're not 18, then they can't really sign a contract. So are they trying to? And I don't know of very many high school kids that ever even rise to the level that would move the needle as far as there's a few, but it seems like such a small number.
It's got to be a LeBron James,
right.
Even Chris Bosh. I'm thinking
Bryce Harper was on the cover of Sports Illustrated as a high school baseball player, so like it happens, but I don't think enough that you're like, we need to get that guy to be our spokesperson. Right. I don't see what the benefit is. So
same. I'm kind of indifferent on it. I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's dumb, but yeah, I'm like, are you going to like hold up something at the local Piggly Wiggly? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I really don't know how this is going to all shake out. But also on the flip side, it's happening. We know lots of stories where it's happening under the table everywhere, probably, but for certain athletes. But I don't know. I'm just like, on the flip side of it, though, if you're from a very poor family, like if you get a really great deal at however old you are, mom helps sign off. I mean, that could change some kid's life. So I don't know. I tend to look at a positive side of it. I know there's a lot of negatives, and I'm not taking that away, but I'm like, also, this could be really good for somebody that's like really poverty stricken and a great athlete.
And I'm not saying that that's not a possibility. And eventually, I mean, we see it and hear it all the time when that NBA, NFL draft happens. This is going to change our family. This is changing. I'm not the first college graduate, but I'm the guy that's going to change all that, which I understand that. But I just don't know. I think of how many high school athletes are out there that somebody's marketing budget is going to want to spend that on a high school kid that's going to really endorse whatever their product is. It may be, if it's the case that you just want to help, hire that kid or do something to make it happen. So I just think it's interesting. I hope it don't come to Texas. Find a way to handle that. Okay, the other thing that happened last night, Game 1 of the NBA Finals, the Mavericks lose 107-89. Kyrie did not do much. She only scored 12 points. He's going to have to help Luka. Luka goes for 30 and 10. But again, Jaylen Brown goes for 22, and Porzingis comes back for the Celtics. huge lift for them. It got to within 8, but then it just never was close. I don't think you got to put on the panic alarm, because I think you got to, if they can find a way to win game 2 and come back to Dallas. But again, Luka, they looked very outmatched last night.
Well, they did, but I did take the solace in that comeback run that they did, where they were down by 29 and cut it to 8. At least gave me the positive feel of like, well, they can hang with them. You know,
so you're saying there's
like,
a chance.
Like, yeah, it's not like they just got. And they bounced back from that huge. It was the biggest deficit after the first quarter in the history of the NBA Finals. They cut it. They made it a game, and then kind of hung around there, in that 20-point range, for the remainder. But the positive was, all right, if they can put it together for a more extended period of time, they can play with them. And Porzingis, I don't usually wish ill on people, but I don't like that guy. He came to the Mavs and sucked. And then he put it to the Mavs after he didn't play for a whole half a year, which is typical for what he does. Yeah. And so I hope he can just suck again. Yeah.
Please, we need him too.
He's got another possible 6 games to do just that. But again, there was just it, and I still go back that Luka is so fun to watch, but it's also like you're watching this just slow motion. It's like Jason Witten, when Jason Witten would catch a pass and take off running for yards after catch. It was almost like there should have been that Chariot of Fire song or whatever playing. And
he looks like your average middle-aged white dude. When I'm watching him, literally, Clay, love you, Clay, but we talked about, I'm like, it looks like my husband out there playing. This is
Clay's
weird.
Much shorter. And
Clay's and he's much better looking, but it's just, we joke about that, and he's like, heck yeah, I could do it.
We've had that exact conversation. With Leanne and I've just watched and been like, it does not look. You look at him and think that does not look quick. How it's like he fumbles around somehow and comes out with the ball on the other side. And yet these people that look very athletic can't guard him.
Yeah.
So he literally is Billy off of White Men Can't Jump. Yeah. If you put a headband on him, it'd be like, we'll take the chump.
Seriously.
And he goes for 30 and for 10, and he needs his buddy Kyrie to step it up. And really, Kyrie was. He said, well, I thought it'd be louder. So hopefully they'll bounce back and do all those things and get back in it, and love to see the Mavs bring the title home, but they are down 1-0, and game 2 will be Sunday. That is our Lawrence Hall headline report. Lots to cover, lots to talk about. We didn't even talk about one other headline. We'll get to it later. But Dan Hurley, because I do want to get y'all's opinion on that, and hopefully we can get it done in this 2-hour show. Is it better to go be the Lakers head coach or stay at UConn and create a legacy? I'll get the thoughts of Misty and Josh on that. But when we come back, the Texas Ranger Report brought to you by First Bank and Trust, and we'll also look at our first ever Breath of Fresh Air brought to you by Black Plumbing a little bit later on. We'll be back right after this.
When it comes to finding the right vehicle for you, there's no better place than Lawrence Hall in Abilene. For over 34 years, Lawrence Hall in Abilene has been the place to find the best from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And that is still true today. Great products and great service too. So the next time you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come see us or shop 24/7 at LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Voted Abilene's best new car dealer for over 28 years by you, our customers.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Black Plumbing, Heating, and Air is here to help our customers in Abilene and Brownwood tackle the summer heat. We are out to provide affordable heating and air services by offering a residential $79 AC tune-up special, where our certified technicians will make sure you can enjoy peak performance out of your unit this summer. Call us today at 325-675-8391 or schedule a service appointment online at blackplumbing.com.
Call on Black Plumbing. Help is on the way. Have you enjoyed the Potosi Live experience yet? If not, you're missing one of the best atmospheres around. With amazing food, great drinks, live music, TVs to watch your favorite sporting events. The Potosi Live team will make sure you have an experience that you're going to tell your friends about. Check out PotosiLive.com or go like them at Potosi Live on Facebook for their upcoming live music and ticket events. Head out to Potosi at 897 FM 1750 for the Potosi Live experience.
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley. Here in Abilene, folks have lots of options for eating out, from large chains to locally owned mom and pops like us. I want you to know we really appreciate your business and are always striving for wonderful food, service, and prices. So we listen to you and have updated our menu, bringing back old favorites like nachos and fajitas and adding more small plates for the light appetites. So come see us. I want to hear you say, yum, yum.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently. But when it comes to our Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology, and I trust the co-op. Because we are the co-op.
They're our neighbors.
Our friends.
Our home.
You are the most important part of Big Country Electric Cooperative. Call, stop by our offices in Roby, Snyder, and Stamford, or visit online at bigcountry.coop.
Hello, Abilene and the Big Country. My name is John Keaty. I am a resident at Disability Resources Incorporated. I'm here to tell you about our document destruction and paper shredding business. Our services include routine pickups, purges, or we accept drop-offs at our state-of-the-art, safe, and secure facility. We are the DRI Shredders, and we are here to assist and serve you in the destruction of your most private documents or any of those annoying boxes that have stacked up over the years. Give us a call at 325-232-6918. Come on out and see us at 3602 North Clack Street. You'll be glad you did.
The time has changed and it's time to hit the range at Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill, and Golf. Come relax on the patio, hit golf balls on the driving range, play 18 holes, and go enjoy a delicious meal, cold drinks with friends. Head to 1166 Ben Ritchie Drive, Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill, and Golf. You'll be glad you did.
Tammy, are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in mortgages. Buying a home should not make you cry. You deserve a team of mortgage experts who have your best interest at heart. Visit ColemanBank.com and let us help you make your next move. If you are looking for a mortgage team in a league of their own, Coleman County State Bank is the place for you.
Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Ball one. Ball two, ball three, ball four. Bases loaded. The Hodge Pack, always clearing the bases. Right here on 106.9, The Country Giant.
Welcome back to the Hodge Pack Sports Live and everything in between. So much going on. Literally, the circus is getting contagious, and it's in here right now. But we are with you. Again, so much to talk about. Jam-packed show. We'll keep rocking and rolling and letting your morning be well. But I got to stop and shout out to my parents' 50th wedding anniversary today to Ronnie and Rosie.
Oh,
and
congrats.
so,
Yes.
shout out to them. We're going to dinner tonight with them. And so congratulations. They've been amazing parents, great examples to me and my brother and their grandkids, and just everybody loves mom and dad. And so shout out to them. 50th wedding anniversary. Pretty cool stuff. So.
I'm sure they're listening because they are always listening. But what's the secret? Put it on the Facebook page. We'll give some shout outs. Give us some advice for those of us married.
Feel free to put that in they are watching on Facebook Live, which you can as well. A lot of options to watch us and listen and all the things. So, but it is time for our First Bank and Trust Texas Ranger Report. A lot of baseball news has not just been for the Texas Rangers. Josh, I want to talk real quick before we get to the Rangers. I got his first name completely wrong. But Maricano, lifetime ban for betting on baseball, and not sure what made you think that it would be a good idea to bet on baseball.
I don't know how to say that word either, but that's a whole segment in and of itself, because it's not just that they bet on baseball. First of all, some of the people. One of them bet like a total of $80 or something like that. It was like seems like that's a poor decision if that's all you're throwing out there, and you're getting suspended for a year for that. But I think it's funny how all the major sports, every sports, website that you go to get your news and all of that, it's like there is a betting commercial like in front of you all the time. They've got the billboards in stadiums for the the apps that you can go to bet live and all those things. And so all the major sports have put big money or allowed big money in from the gambling and are pushing the gambling, and then yet trying to act like the gambling doesn't affect the on-field performance. And I don't buy it. There's like, not that they're throwing games or not that the NBA is rigged and all those things that you've always heard, but there is way too much temptation and way too much open money in the ability to gamble for you to expect that you have players that are not doing it.
But the other thing that
I don't believe Shohei Ohtani was not doing it, to be perfectly honest. I just think they're gonna not find that evidence.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, and they came out that guy's sentence hearing is like in October. But the other thing that's crazy about it is when you're watching golf or you're watching anything, there are live instant bets that change from quarter to quarter.
Oh, right.
You can bet on, bet $100,000, whatever dollars on that Misty, who's 3 strokes back, is going to come back and win. Or whatever. There's always something
you can
happening.
bet on outcomes of specific at bats.
That's like March Madness too. Yeah, I mean, same thing every play. Who's going to shoot? Who's going to turn it over? Which team? Whatever. I mean, there's so many betting rules there.
It's not a prop bet because it's actually happening on the field. I guess there's still prop bets, but it's literally a prop bet is available to be wagered every moment of every game of every situation. And I cannot imagine being that person. Okay, all right, we're going to set this. Boom. Okay, we got 3,500 people that won that. We take that we'll give their money. To me, I don't know. It's just wild. But you're exactly right. ESPN bets, MGM, Caesars, all of them.
DraftKings,
yes.
And picks. I think there's a new one called Draft Picks or something now.
And
it's
you're
brand
exactly
new.
Right. You are exactly right. I know we're going to talk about the Texas Rangers, even though they're 5 games behind, and they're still good to talk about, I'm sure. But is that you're exactly right. What used to be just a one spot to get a hamburger or a travel site where it was just Priceline. Now there's all these different places that you can book a trip through. That's exactly the way this betting thing is there's everything out there and somebody's coming up with a new one all the time.
Right. And that just leads me, like I said, they're so intertwined now with the leagues, which is just funny to me. It's like, because that was always one of those things that there was always that talk, well, there can't be a pro sports team in Vegas because there'll be too much too much pressure on the gambling.
Now they have everything.
And now it's like everything, and now you don't even have to go to Vegas to do it. I mean, it's like you can't in Texas, but and you can just get your phone out and I know people that have found ways to do it in Texas, even though it's not legal. But that's a whole nother thing. But but all of this stuff, it's so intertwined, you cannot separate it. And you take the money from the gambling, you put their billboards up, you run their commercials, all those things, and then you're going to say, oh, wait, you bet $89, you're out of here.
It really is stupid. It's an oxymoron at this point.
And what's funny is if you are a gambler, if gambling's a problem, that phone number is so small it can't be seen. They need to start putting that phone number in every locker room and every clubhouse in the country.
And I like how it also says for New York, and then they say a specific. There's a law in New York. You have to say this on a gambling ad, so you get to hear it if you're listening to that elsewhere. But
New York sounds like a terrible state. They have all of the but seriously, they have all of the fine print. Like, why do you live in New York? I just don't get it.
Right.
I don't understand.
So what would you bet on right now for the Rangers to start getting above 500?
Well, I mean, they're 6-4 over their last 10 games, so it's trending in the right direction. That's one of those things. If you played that out, there's 100 games left. If they went 60-40, they'd end the season in a pretty good spot. So just continue that trend, really. They're because we are about a third of the way through the season. Just a little and a little past that, and the overall trend has gone up. There's a concerning approach issue with the offense, and that's results in they scored 9 runs on Wednesday and didn't score 9 runs combined like this for several games there so I guess the overall, like I said, trend is going in the right direction. I'm still amazed at how good the starting pitching has been, even with all the injuries. We talked about.
So curious, what is the DeGrom and Scherzer type timetable? Is there something to bet on there?
Well, yes, if it's Max Scherzer, I threw a bullpen. I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, and was supposed to. Afterwards he was interviewed by the media or whatever and asked how he was feeling. And he said, well, I feel good now, but it really is, how I respond to this that will determine. And if he came back from that and felt okay, he was supposed to go on a rehab assignment, which would be the second time, he went on the rehab assignment before and went back on the shelf immediately after his first start there. So yeah, it's going in the right direction. Tyler Malley, the guy that they picked up from the Twins, that he is also recovering from the UCL repair. He threw to batters for the first time post surgery this week. So there's movement there, and John Gray is scheduled to come off the DL and start on Sunday. So some of those guys coming back, and really the one that I'm looking forward to quite a bit, and hopefully that he comes back and is the remnant of himself, is Josh Spores, because that middle bridge the gap to get to Robertson and Yates for the back end of the bullpen has really been the one area that the pitching staff has not figured out. In getting some help there, which I think Spores coming back. Bradford is supposedly on that same track to be back sometime in June. That will push some people to the bullpen, whether it's Urania, who went 6 perfect innings on what day was that? I can't remember. Wednesday. So those reinforcements should trickle down and help that middle relief that has been the one part that they've struggled with. So all in all, I'll take the current trend. If we can play the string out at that, then we're most definitely a playoff team.
Well, and again, the Texas Rangers have the San Francisco Giants coming to town this weekend, and so hopefully they can get get things going, and again continue that upward in the right direction. Before we go to commercial, I do want to bring up our Black Plumbing breath of fresh air. Just a great moment that kind of was a cool story, and that is the Birmingham Southern Division III baseball team that made the College World Series. And if you followed this story, their school closed on May 31st. The school closed, but not closed for summer, went away, completely closed, and they qualified for the College World Series in Division III. And they were literally the last thing that was going to happen for Birmingham Southern. And they win one game in the College World Series, ended up losing it's double elimination. They lost. But can you imagine knowing that you're the last thing that a lot of people are going to remember for a school that closed, literally not just for summer, but for good?
Yeah. What are the details on that? Why the closure? Oh, okay.
Financial,
gotcha.
Financial, but been open well over 100 years.
Oh, that's so sad.
Right.
Can we fundraise for something?
Well,
what's going on?
My understanding, and I don't want to be false or anything, but they tried to get a loan and maybe either not necessarily wasn't approved or something, but something happened to where to keep it rolling, and they closed, and
lenders are the worst.
No longer in play, and so. But anyway, that is our Black Plumbing breath of fresh air. Be sure to check out Black Plumbing. They're doing a $79.99 air conditioner check, so you can check it, get ready for summer. As we found out yesterday that the heat is here, and you want your AC to be sure it's ready to roll. for the summer. When we come back, it'll be time for our Big Country Electric My Town segment. We're going to look at Holly on the baseball diamond and look at Holly on how you can help them in just a few short days by buying some tables, listening to great music, and helping a great community literally rebuild from the ground up after the May 2nd tornado. We'll be back right after this.
Have you enjoyed the Potosi Live experience yet? If not, you're missing one of the best atmospheres around. With amazing food, great drinks, live music, TVs to watch your favorite sporting events. The Potosi Live team will make sure you have an experience that you're going to tell your friends about. Check out PotosiLive.com or go like them at Potosi Live on Facebook for their upcoming live music and ticket events. Head out to Potosi at 897 FM 1750 for the Potosi Live experience.
When it comes to for you, there's no better place than Lawrence Hall in Abilene. For over 34 years, Lawrence Hall in Abilene has been the place to find the best from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And that is still true today. Great products and great service too. So the next time you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come see us or shop 24/7 at LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Voted Abilene's best new car dealer for over 28 years by you, our customers.
Miller Lite is the light beer brewed for people who love the taste of beer. For those who are always the first to volunteer for beer runs, who hit up tailgates for sports that they don't even like, and believe having a beer fridge in the garage is non-negotiable. It's a 96-calorie, 3.2 carb love letter to beer lovers who know that the best part of beer is the beer part. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley. Here in Abilene, folks have lots of options for eating out, from large chains to locally owned mom and pops like us. I want you to know we really appreciate your business and are always striving for wonderful food, service, and prices. So we listen to you and have updated our menu, bringing back old favorites like nachos and fajitas and adding more small plates for the light appetites. So come see us. I want to hear you say, yum, yum.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. And as your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we know our community isn't just important, it's everything. Which is why we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need every day. Because for us, there's nothing more important than giving you the power to power on.
You are the most important part of Big Country Electric Cooperative. Call, stop by our offices in Roby, Snyder, and Stamford, or visit online at bigcountry.coop.
Pest Patrol, Pest Patrol, Pest Patrol. To get a big, bright yellow truck coming to your door. Call Pest Patrol.
Hi, I'm Weldon Hurt, and we've been protecting families just like yours with pest problems for 30 years. If you have pest issues, let our family help yours. For service or questions, call or text at 325-673-6700.
A big, bright yellow truck coming to your door. Call Pest Patrol.
Hello, Abilene and the Big Country. My name is John Keaty. I am a resident at Disability Resources Incorporated. I'm here to tell you about our document destruction and paper shredding business. Our services include routine pickups, purges, or we accept drop-offs at our state-of-the-art, safe, and secure facility. We are the DRI Shredders, and we are here to assist and serve you in the destruction of your most private documents or any of those annoying boxes that have stacked up over the years. Give us a call at 325-232-6918. Come on out and see us at 3602 North Clack Street. You'll be glad you did.
The time has changed and it's time to hit the range at Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill, and Golf. Come relax on the patio, hit golf balls on the driving range, play 18 holes, and go enjoy a delicious meal, cold drinks with friends. Head to 1166 Ben Ritchie Drive, Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill, and Golf. You'll be glad you did.
At First Bank and Trust, our story started in 1996 and it continues because of you, our customers, our communities, and our neighbors. We are proud to be a small part of your success. But where does your story start? Where do you want to go? Whether starting a business, saving for the future, or launching your ideas to the next level, we want to help you take your first steps towards something big. Call or email one of our bankers today. At First Bank and Trust, we see potential, ideas, innovation, growth everywhere.
Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
This is my town. Yeah, this is my town.
Welcome back to the Hodge Pack, Sports Life and everything in between. It is time for our Big Country Electric My Town segment, brought to you by Big Country Electric Cooperative, where they take care of their members out of their 3 offices, Roby, Snyder, and Stanford. We're glad that you're with us. This is when we highlight a local player, coach, or program, and today we're going to highlight a community, a baseball program, and an opportunity for you to help that community rebuild, as we were mentioning in the break or in between, literally from the ground up, because some houses from the May 2nd tornado that took place. But first, we want to give a congratulations to the same community, the Holly Bearcats and Coach Jamie Seago, taking their baseball team to the state tournament and to the state championship finals. They had a big game, the semifinal game. They won it 4-3. Great job. They'd been up, and Flatonia tied it up, and they went into extra innings, and Holly won it 4-3 over Flatonia, but came up short in the championship game against Collinsville and lose in the championship. But again, it's one of those you really want it because you never know when you're going to get to go back. But you win the state you get to the state championship finals, and it's one of those you really wanted it. But then when you can separate yourself a little bit from that day and from that weekend and realize what you did, the accomplishment that you're the last two, and the difference, some of those seniors, as opposed to like the Birmingham school, who their school was closing, but you had guys that had graduated a couple weeks ago, still playing baseball, still representing the school. So Coach Seago and those guys, congratulations to them on a great run. And then also a shout out to the Ira Bulldogs, who did win the state championship yesterday, which is a Big Country Electric school. They won yesterday 7-6, 8 innings. And so it's just so cool when you think about it. And the other cool thing, and we'll get to Tiffany and Casey, but is what was neat for Holly, because there was weather in the Austin area. They were supposed to play at Round Rock and actually got moved and got to play at UT for their semifinal game, which was pretty cool. So they got to do Dell Diamond and play at Dish Falk at UT. So great memories. Again, you want to win it all. Unfortunately, only one team does every year. And so congratulations to Toby Goodwin at Ira for winning the state championship there for the Bulldogs. And again, Coach Seago and the Holly Bearcats as well. And so, Misty, I'm going to let you introduce our guests, because one's a coworker, both are friends, and we'll go from there.
No, yeah, this is so fun. Obviously we love the Hodge Pack doing this every Friday, but when you get to do it with your friends, and yes, Casey is a coworker, but she's more than that. She is a friend, and Tiffany Smith. And so I'm just excited that y'all are here. We spent all day yesterday together. We've been on Cattle Barons Committee for years, known these two ladies. You won't find another pair with bigger hearts to serve. And so I'm just thrilled to have you guys in studio. We are live. I love it. All the things.
And we're recording. We're doing both.
Yeah.
Because we're recording so you can
Yeah, no pressure. You guys got this.
No, so we are recording because, you can download, subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. We want you to go do that.
Yes.
Grab your friends' phones and download it for them too. So I do want to brag, because Misty's right. Tiffany and Casey, the Cattle Barons Ball and the Cattle Barons Committee does a whole lot, but y'all are so much. I mean, volunteering is like in your DNA, and giving back and doing, and sometimes that DNA gets tired and hot and forget where sunburns might be or not. But so let's talk about, again, we all know May 2nd. The irony about May 2nd was the storms that came through Hodges and Holly. Taylor Electric, partners with Big Country Electric, cooperation among co-ops. We were actually at Holly, which is a Taylor Electric school, doing career day that day. And Chad, who's one of our linemen, or he's now over operations, was just talking to the group of kids about the career of, sometimes when you're in the heat of that and you're working and you got storms around you, all that, the adrenaline rush, you're trying to put that on, and literally talking to kids. And then later on that, unfortunately that night, storm came through, and the crazy thing is, and we've talked about this, and me being a preacher out in Rotan, and of course Big Country Electric, Sarah and Will, shout out to them. We've had some weird storms over the last about year and a half. Holly School got hit last summerish, and took a while for the gym to get back where they could play home games and all that. And so and you think about the storms that went through the DFW area just a couple weeks ago, and it's so weird, and we'll talk about it, how the tornadoes and the winds literally have a weird, like, one comes and in Casey's house gets it, and then like next door nothing happens. It plays hopscotch, and it's so weird.
It's crazy, yeah.
Like one of the stories they were telling us because we donated some stuff to Holly and dropped some stuff off, and one of the stories they told was how the house got messed up, but there was a bowl of eggs on the counter, still on the counter. Like they did not move,
like untouched.
Like the eggs just hung out, so we'll be good. Keep going. So anyway, but and in the same token of y'all, one of the places that does a really good job of providing their venue for stuff like this is Potosi Live. And so June 13th, it's a Thursday night. Next Thursday, the Healing for Holly Tornado Relief Fund is going to happen next week. So talk a little bit about how this came together.
Oh, goodness. Actually, we're both from Holly. We're both from Holly.
Okay.
So we were talking through text one night about just how terrible the storms were, sharing videos about it. And I said, you know what? We should do a benefit. Me being kind of half-heartedly, can I do this? And Casey's like, yeah, let's do it. And so we just started putting things together, and it's been really kind of amazing how things have fell together with it being Holly-centered. So it's for Holly. Della Rose came in. They have band members from Holly. Caleb Sutton's from Holly. It's been wild how it's just came together. I feel like it's very much a God thing.
Well, and I think the thing that people, and we've talked about this before, not necessarily on air, but just the communication of the difference of, and I'm not saying people in Plano aren't rallying around, and Prestonwood, which is one of the major churches there in Plano, got hit, and they're all going to rally together and do those things. But it's just different when it happens in a small community, because literally, it's a two-edged sword. Everybody knows everybody's business, but everybody cares about it. Like you can talk crap about them, but nobody else can.
Those are my people.
You can do that, but nobody else can.
Like a sibling.
Yes.
And the thing about music is, and of course, we love playing Texas country, and you can hear Texas two-step with Greg Austin, and of course JB Cloud on the weekend with Red Dirt Proud, and all the music we play here is music brings people together. I guarantee it. Your kids, Collins, I guarantee it, there's songs that have been out way longer than any of them were ever thought about. But Don't Stop Believing or Friends Low Places or something comes on. They sing every word to it, and it always cracks me up. And so music to me, and music and great food, which Potosi Live does a great job with that, brings people together. And so how can people participate? What is it like? Do you buy a ticket? Do you buy a table? You go to StubHub? What do we do to make this happen?
So we have tables available at eventbrite.com, and there are kind of two sections of tables. So upstairs, we'll get a steak dinner, drinks and all that. Alcohol is not provided. That's separate. Downstairs, we'll get a buffet dinner. And so it's a great time. Come out and listen to music and eat some food.
So eventbrite.com, and just click and they'll be able to find that, because I know Eventbrite.
Healing for Holly.
Okay, so search for Healing for Holly. Again, Caleb Sutton and Della Rose, they're local artists, but they don't sound local. I mean,
gosh, they're incredible.
And so Caleb, and Della Rose has got a single or two out, I believe, that are climbing up the charts.
Oh yeah,
the Texas regional radio stuff. And then Caleb Sutton was on the state championship team that won, and he plays the right stuff, which is another prime example. Like Luke Powell and him, they could easily be singing the what we don't call country, but he doesn't. He's playing Texas country. He's playing 90s country. He's all those things. And so it would be a great event and a great time for Thursday. And Abilene's really kind of programmed for Thursday night events. You go to Thursday, everybody's going to work hard today on Friday. Don't think that's not happening. Employers, they are going to work hard on Friday. But a lot of people, they're programmed in Abilene that all the events, whether it's Dancing with the Stars or Belton for the Boys or all that, it's on Thursdays. And so next week, and it's just because, let's talk a little bit though of course, I've talked with Coach McBrayer, the superintendent at Hawley, just on how much people have literally donated and given within the community and outside, from dollars to Airbnbs to food gift cards and all those things. But this is an opportunity for you. It's kind of like golf. When we play in those golf tournaments, we donate too, but we get to play the fun of golf. Here, you get to buy these tables and you get great music. The steak dinner is going to be great. And if your budget isn't the steak dinner table, I'm going to tell you right now, the buffet that Moy and Donovan and their folks are going to provide is going to be great too.
Well, and can y'all just speak to, like, where is this money going? How's it going to be dispersed? Like, obviously, these families lost their homes and they are rebuilding. So are y'all in contact with the families? Kind of speak to that side of what this benefit is going to do for those families.
Okay. So we actually are in contact with the officer that has been working with the families closely this entire time in Hawley. I've spoken with him, and there are 5 homes that were completely lost, total loss. And there were 5 that were severely damaged, so making 10 total. He's been the main contact as far as what the families need. And so what we're going to do is, once we gather these funds, we're going to meet with him, and he's going to help us disperse it. Just based off of
need.
Yes. So he's been great with that. So that's our plan as of now. Also, because I'll forget, if you can't make it, we do also have an option to order t-shirts. All of that is going to them as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if you go to, we do have a Facebook event and you look it up, Healing for Hawley, there's also links to purchase a t-shirt. Another way to support them.
And who doesn't love a good t-shirt? Like, I love that.
Have way too
yeah,
many.
me too.
Well,
me too.
I think you can never have too many t-shirts.
Yeah.
Now you can have some that I've got some that don't fit anymore, but you can never have too many t-shirts. And I think that's the thing. Of course, when we started gathering things when it first happened, it was like, what do you need? And then you're going, and then one of the things that when I dropped some stuff off, they said we still need more tubs, because they needed tubs because they were still finding things through the debris that they wanted to keep.
Yeah.
And they said they found random things, because when I drove down 605, it literally looked like
it was awful.
God,
well, it looked like the Hulk, or the biggest hands in America reached into a house and just started throwing stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
But they said, like, they found a husband's wedding ring way down there, a picture like out in the field, and all this stuff, the random stuff that they found. And then again, you look, and it was so crazy. One house is here and one house is gone.
Yeah, it is so weird.
Neighbors, and it's just odd. And of course, the big story was the one that made the news, because the storm chaser was driving, and the Lamberts, and that how the boy, got ripped from the arm and landed in some insulation, and just all these things that have happened since. And so you get an opportunity again. We appreciate Tiffany and Casey coming. Healing for Hawley Facebook page, eventbrite.com. Same thing. You can get tickets. You can get tables next Thursday, June 13th at Potosi Live. 2 great artists, great food, great cause. Be sure you go and get those tickets bought so that you can listen and help do your part, even selfishly, doing your part, and great music, great food. So appreciate y'all coming in. See, it wasn't that bad at all. All right, again, Healing for Hawley, tornado relief, because that's the thing. Yes, it happened almost over a month ago, but the healing is going to continue on for quite some time.
Forever, yeah.
As y'all know, in the mortgage world, houses don't get built like that. So
no, they don't.
So anyway, when we come back, we're going to open up Misty's bag, and Casey and Tiffany are lucky. They don't have to answer it. We'll be back right after this.
Black Plumbing, Heating, and Air is here to help our customers in Abilene and Brownwood tackle the summer heat. We are out to provide affordable heating and air services by offering a residential $79 AC tune-up special, where our certified technicians will make sure you can enjoy peak performance out of your unit this summer. Call us today at 325-675-8391 or schedule a service appointment online at blackplumbing.com.
Call on Black Plumbing. Help is on the way.
When it comes to finding the right vehicle for you, there's no better place than Lawrence Hall in Abilene. For over 34 years, Lawrence Hall in Abilene has been the place to find the best from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And that is still true today. Great products and great service too. So the next time you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come see us. or shop 24/7 at LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Voted Abilene's best new car dealer for over 28 years by you, our customers.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Have you enjoyed the Potosi Live experience yet? If not, you're missing one of the best atmospheres around. With amazing food, great drinks, live music, TVs to watch your favorite sporting events. The Potosi Live team will make sure you have an experience that you're going to tell your friends about. Check out PotosiLive.com or go like them at Potosi Live on Facebook for their upcoming live music and ticket events. Head out to Potosi at 897 FM 1750 for the Potosi Live experience.
Being there. Every minute, year after year. As your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, it's not just our way of doing business, it's our way of life, providing the energy our community relies on every day. And as a Touchstone Energy Cooperative member, that means value that goes far beyond the energy we provide. It's value you can't really put a price on.
You are the most important part of Big Country Electric Cooperative. Call, stop by our offices in Roby, Snyder, and Stamford, or visit online at bigcountry.coop.
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley. Here in Abilene, folks have lots of options for eating out, from large chains to locally owned mom and pops like us. I want you to know we really appreciate your business and are always striving for wonderful food, service, and prices. So we listened to you and have updated our menu, bringing back old favorites like nachos and fajitas and adding more small plates for the light appetites. So come see us. I want to hear you say, yum, yum.
Hello, Abilene and the Big Country. My name is John Keaty. I am a resident at Disability Resources Incorporated. I'm here to tell you about our document destruction and paper shredding business. Our services include routine pickups, purges, or we accept drop-offs at our state-of-the-art, safe, and secure facility. We are the DRI shredders, and we are here to assist and serve you in the destruction of your most private documents or any of those annoying boxes that have stacked up over the years. Give us a call at 325-232-6918. Come on out and see us at 3602 North Clack Street. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to the Hodge Pack Sports Life and everything in between. We appreciate Casey and Tiffany coming in to talk about Healing for Holly. We'll post it. Misty will get that on our Facebook page so you can know how to buy tickets, tables, or T-shirts, whatever you can do to help this great cause. Before we get to Misty's Bag, brought to you by Mulligan's, don't forget Scotty McCreary coming to Mulligan's September 14th. Be sure you get your tickets for that. But she is a softball mom. Last night, the Oklahoma Sooners winning their fourth straight Women's College World Series championship over their new leaving Big 12 rival Texas last night, winning 8-4. Patty Gasso, just the domination that Oklahoma's been, not just the last 4 years, but just the program that she has created. And so it was good. You know, Tracy and I went to Mulligan's last night and was watching, and the Mavs were starting, but we got there time before Mavs started. But it was a lot of UT, OU people in there. It was like the Red River rivalry that was not football.
Yeah, exactly. I know that's what's great about Mulligan's is multiple TVs. You know, Clay and I were doing the old switcheroo back and forth until the Mavs were down, 20-something very early on in the first. But, OU, I mean, not an OU fan, but dang, you got to give it to them. Just total domination. Texas just looked rattled most of the series, just costly errors that you don't even see in 10U happening. And it was just wild, but still shout out to UT making it. I wish they would have brought it home, but OU is just so good, and congrats on the 4-peat.
Yeah, and the storyline was definitely OU winning. It had been either the storyline is 4 in a row or Texas breaks it and heads to the SEC with the title. All right, now it is time for Misty's Bag, brought to you by Mulligan's.
Coming up next.
In the world is in that bag. What you got in that bag?
So I got to tell y'all. So, we had this golf tournament yesterday that Hodge and I were at. And I was talking to some of the golfers about the show. And so I was like, hey, give me a question. I need a question for the show tomorrow. And so Josh Threet, who is a longtime listener and supporter of the Hodge Pack, he's also on the Cattle Barons crew, was out there yesterday, and Josh and I were having a conversation, and pretty much he was like, well, what kind of question? I was like, oh, there is nothing off limits for the most part. I was like, we have talked about all the things. So this question, I told him, and I hope he's listening, I said, okay, I'm going to ask this question on the show tomorrow. And it's a silly question, so I hope I can get it right without screwing it up. But this question comes from Josh, and he wants to know, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? I had to be very careful and enunciate the way that I asked that question.
So basically, would we rather fight 100-pound? Was it
one horse-sized duck? So a duck the size of a horse, or 100 duck-sized horses. So 100 or one big mamma jamma.
What's this fight consist of? Like what? Like,
do I have a weapon?
Josh, they're doing it. Josh, I told Josh, I said, wait, they're going to shred this. As soon as I ask, I said, they are going to have questions. But we didn't get that far in our discussion of the question.
I don't want to fight a horse-sized duck.
You would or wouldn't?
Would not.
You would not.
So you would just want to start.
They bite you, and they're like regular-sized ducks.
So you just think the
little ankle biters.
But the stampede of the little duck horses.
That wouldn't be pleasant either.
No.
But I'm taking my chances.
Well, you're not outrunning them.
No, but I can kick
facts.
So you just have to become Liam Neeson from Taken and beat up all the horses that are ducks.
Yeah. But I don't think you could stop a horse-sized duck from biting you.
No, I mean,
and that would probably
this
be
is a challenging question.
One bite, you're done.
The irony about the duck question is when we were playing yesterday in the morning, and I will answer your question. But have you ever seen? We were driving by and they were like, I don't think I've ever seen ducks in trees. There was 2 ducks just hanging out in the tree. I know they fly and obviously can land on anywhere they want, but I've never seen that. And we saw 2 ducks in the tree yesterday.
I didn't realize that ducks could go in trees either.
I drew a blue duck because I've never seen a blue duck.
Well, so speaking of ducks, there's a horse-sized duck or a duck-sized horse at 100 of them. I think I might be like Josh in because maybe
see, it's hard.
It's a lose-lose. I mean, you're like,
either way, you're screwed.
How do you want to lose?
How do you want to die?
Yeah. So there might be a better chance of the horse-sized duck getting tired and maybe
after he bit your head off,
of beating you up, then the 100 would never get tired of. If 20 of them get tired, there's still 80 of them coming at you. So I'm going with the 100-pound.
I don't know what that.
I know. I love this question so much.
Get knocked down and trampled by 100 small horses.
You just chumbawamba and you get back up again.
That's a lot of hooves. That's a lot of hooves.
Trampled by horses.
Yeah,
small horses.
Small tiny horses.
Well, Garth had a song, "Wild Horses." Yeah, I'm taking on the hunter. I'm taking on the horse-sized duck because maybe I can trick him and jump on him, and he wouldn't know what to do.
And then you're like riding the duck, the horse-sized duck.
Oh my gosh,
I'm just picturing like this huge duck.
Well, that would be a huge duck.
I mean, that would
that's
be
one huge.
That's a huge duck. Yeah, also, enunciate.
Yeah, that is it. So, what would you do?
I think I feel like the misery of the 100 little not bites, but like the stampede, that's going to be like a slow death, I think. So I think I'm going.
Well, but you're already just assuming you're going to die. I'm going to like not.
I mean, there's 100 of them. Like,
I don't think they're just making a point. They don't kill you. They're just making a point.
But it's like
don't come around my pond.
But just small, like I don't know. What do they sound? Oh, quack! They quack. I said me.
Well, that's but ducks.
They eat quackers.
Horses don't quack.
That's right. But like,
oh yeah, the 100 are horses. I think we thought we were
even 100 ducks would be.
Yeah, horses. This is confusing.
That's why I was like, well, I had to Josh. Yeah, you derailed your own question.
Yeah, I'm jacking this one up.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
that's debatable.
I'm gonna go the horse-sized duck because the other are horses.
Y'all will die
Basically,
instantly.
who's gonna kill you, a duck or horses? I'll go duck. Just put me out of my misery. One blow,
one
I'm
quack.
out. Yep, one quack.
One quack, and she is completely.
I don't have will to live. It's sad.
I'm not dying. She's dying.
I am dying. Just
you both picked the duck. That's automatic death.
Yeah, I'm tired. I don't have it in me to try against the 100.
No, I would be fine. There would be no worries, no need. It would be all fine.
Just tiny horses, but like there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
it's just too many. It's too many like little like.
Well, I think
pounces.
100. If 100 of any animal decided to attack you, I don't think you would survive. But I don't know that they get together and decide to attack. People.
Right, but it's like a slow, painful death. Like, just give
Except
me
for ants. I don't think 100 ants would kill you.
Oh, but that would be terrible.
That would be bad.
Ooh, I hate ants. I don't know. I still think I'm going with one. Like, just put me out of my misery. I don't want to be tortured. That sounds like torture. 100 little baby horses.
Maybe you can talk them into being nice and, hey, my little ponies, let's get
Yeah, I'll be like, my little pony. I'll just start singing to them. Then they really kill me.
Yeah. That might be, they might.
They're like, charge. Yeah, they'd kill me.
Well, that is Misty's Bag, brought to you by Mulligan's. Be sure you get your tickets. September 14th, Scotty McCreary, Ashley Cook, Della Rose, and Caleb Sutton will be open for them, which will be a great opportunity for them to open up for those big Nashville acts as well. So be sure you get your tickets September 14th for Mulligan's, and go hang out there this weekend. Lots always going on, live music Friday and Saturday. There'll be the NBA Finals on Sunday. Lots of things going on, so be sure you get that taken care of. When we come back, we'll have hour number 2 right after this.
KLGD, Stanford, Abilene, 106.9 FM. We are the Country Giant.
Connections. That's what your Touchstone Energy Cooperative makes possible every day by providing the energy our community needs to stay connected to work, to family, to everyone and everything that matters. Day and night, we're always here. Because we know that of all the connections we make, none are more powerful than the human connection.
You are the most important part of Big Country Electric Cooperative. Call, stop by our offices in Roby, Snyder, and Stanford, or visit online at bigcountry.coop.
Hello, Abilene and the Big Country. My name's John Keaty. I am a resident at Disability Resources Incorporated. I'm here to tell you about our document destruction and paper shredding business. Our services include routine pickups, purges, or we accept drop-offs at our state-of-the-art, safe, and secure facility. We are the DRI Shredders, and we are here to assist and serve you in the destruction of your most private documents or any of those annoying boxes that have stacked up over the years. Give us a call at 325-232-6918. Come on out and see us at 3602 North Clack Street. You'll be glad you did.
Have you enjoyed the Potosi Live experience yet? If not, you're missing one of the best atmospheres around, with amazing food, great drinks, live music, TVs to watch your favorite sporting events. The Potosi Live team will make sure you have an experience that you're going to tell your friends about. Check out PotosiLive.com or go like them at Potosi Live on Facebook for their upcoming live music and ticket events. Head out to Potosi at 897 FM 1750 for the Potosi Live experience.
Miller Lite is a light beer brewed for people who love the taste of beer. For those who are always the first to volunteer for beer runs, who hit up tailgates for sports that they don't even like, and believe having a beer fridge in the garage is non-negotiable. It's a 96-calorie, 3.2 carb love letter to beer lovers who know that the best part of beer is the beer part. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
When it comes to finding the right vehicle for you, there's no better place than Lawrence Hall in Abilene. For over 34 years, Lawrence Hall in Abilene has been the place to find the best from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And that is still true today. Great products and great service, too. So the next time you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come see us or shop 24/7 at LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Voted Abilene's best new car dealer for over 28 years by you, our customers.
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley. Here in Abilene, folks have lots of options for eating out, from large chains to locally owned mom and pops like us. I want you to know we really appreciate your business and are always striving for wonderful food, service, and prices. So we listened to you and have updated our menu, bringing back old favorites like nachos and fajitas and adding more small plates for the light appetites. So come see us. I want to hear you say, yum, yum.
The time has changed and it's time to hit the range at Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill, and Golf. Come relax on the patio, hit golf balls on the driving range, play 18 holes, and go enjoy a delicious meal, cold drinks with friends. Head to 1166 Ben Ritchie Drive, Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill, and Golf. You'll be glad you did.
Tammy, are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in mortgages. Buying a home should not make you cry. You deserve a team of mortgage experts who have your best interest at heart. Visit ColemanBank.com and let us help you make your next move. If you are looking for a mortgage team in a league of their own, Coleman County State Bank is the place for you.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your laptop, TV, mobile phone, or devices. You might say your Touchstone Energy Cooperative is in the business of keeping you connected to everyone and everything that's essential. Day or night, we're always here, making life easier. Because when all is said and done, of all the connections we make, none are more powerful than the human connection.
You are the most important part of Big Country Electric Cooperative. Call, stop by our offices in Roby, Snyder, and Stanford, or visit online at bigcountry.coop.
Get ready. The Hodge Pack. Settle in right now. It is time for the Hodge Pack. Sports, life, and everything in between with Josh, Misty, and Hodge. It's time for hour 2 of the Hodge Pack.
It is time for hour number 2. We're rocking and rolling in this, a jam-packed show. Tons going on the courts, as I mentioned, baseball diamonds, golf courses, you name it, everything's happening. It is time for our Black Plumbing social media question of the week. And what we looked at, again, Black Plumbing is doing, of course, they've added Black Plumbing Heating and Air. They've added heating and air to their services, and they've got for $79 AC tune-up. Give them a call at 325-675-8391 if you need that tune-up for your AC or if you have any plumbing issues as well. We threw it out there this week because last weekend there was this big foul that happened to Caitlin Clark from Kennedy with the Chicago Sky. Cheap shot, and it looks like there's been a lot of that going on with Caitlin Clark. And so, and again, we're talking about women's basketball, which is great.
Is it?
And so it's brought eyes. They're selling when Caitlin comes to town. They're selling out arenas.
Right.
They're now chartering flights, which was a big deal. And so I ask: is it competitive basketball or is it dirty?
I could literally talk a whole segment about this.
Good, because we have it planned.
Yeah, you're welcome. Y'all can play on your phones. Gosh, the word that comes to mind is just envy. I mean, these women, they're acting girls, but these women, they're just so idiots and they're just being so petty when it comes to Caitlin Clark. I mean, you really, if you watch, and I have not watched a full game of her playing. I've seen a lot of highlights and obviously been hearing a lot of chatter about this. It was not a basketball play. It was a cheap shot. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's all over the internet. But I've got some problems with what's happening to her. Like, yeah, you're going to get checked here and there. You're the rookie, whatever. Everybody is envious of you. But if Caitlin gets injured, like the type of play that Kennedy did the other day, like if she lands wrong, you're out. Like you could get severely injured. And if she leaves the league, nobody really cares about y'all at all at this point because, yeah, I mean, the ticket sales don't lie. When Caitlin's in the arena, in the gym, it's 17,000 plus. When she's not, we're like 3 to 6, 7,000 on any given night of the WNBA. So that to me is just crazy. Like, she's come in and done all of these things for your league, getting you more exposure. You know, she's basically the pacemaker of the league at this point. The better she does is the better for you. The better that elevates your game as well. But to me, it's just a lot of envy. But what I have a problem with is, where are her teammates? Like, come on. If Kennedy wants to be Draymond Green, own it, sis. Speak on it at the press conference, but she shuts it down. I don't know if y'all saw a post. They asked her, and she was like, oh, no, I don't want to talk about Caitlin Clark. Well, you sure as heck just made it. Now everybody's talking about it. But Mom was the word at the post-game, interview. She was like, no, we're not. I'm not answering those questions. If you want to be like Draymond, you at least have to own it and speak on it. And she didn't say a word.
But then she went on and said they had her and Angel Reese both talk, and she said, I don't regret what I did.
Right.
That's the problem. But then her coach is saying it was a dirty play. It's not how we should play. It's not a good look. It's not all this. My deal is, and Angel Reese is also – women's basketball changed when those two were in the finals last year. It changed.
It did.
When they were in the NCAA finals, it changed. And then there was one more year left, and everybody watched it. Neither one won a national championship. And of course, Caitlin Clark got them to the finals but couldn't get it done because, South Carolina was that good. But we have villains, and there's nothing wrong with villains because that's one thing Angel Reese said. But my frustration is, you can compete and be physical, but being dirty and physical is two different things.
Right. And definitely when you look at these fouls, they are dirty. But I'm going to pick on Caitlin a little bit because I have seen her. She runs her mouth. She really does. And a couple of plays before that happened, you can see her running her mouth. And I'm not saying now running her mouth versus being physical, verbal and physical, two totally different things. But baby, you got to watch that mouth because somebody is going to check you. And that's exactly what happened. I don't condone it. It's dirty. It's not a basketball play. You're going to hurt somebody like that. But also, Caitlin Clark is a little crybaby. And I'm not saying she deserves it, but it's not all what it seems and what the media is making it seem.
But you know as well as I do in baseball, if somebody gets beaned, when they come back up, somebody's going to be unfortunately ticked off that they're the one that gets beaned next. Somebody's going to get beaned in the next inning.
Well, that's kind of one of those unspoken rules. Like there's, that's that you get your teammates back, and so the pitcher comes in and does, returns the favor if they deem it necessary. Yeah, and you're right. There isn't a lot of taking up for, and that's because I generally think that the perception of her right or wrong is within the other players seems to be so negative, But to that, I think there's a lot of off the court stuff, a lot of really bad takes on the situation that really gotten out of hand, it's like watching and they've made a bigger deal of this. I guess it probably should be, in all honesty, but it's like watching Mean Girls or something. It's like vindictive women that are truly just can't handle her because she's
better than you.
Than them.
It's embarrassing.
It's determined if she's better than them because she's not taken the league by storm as far as like the on the court play. She's held her own.
She's rookie of the year for May. Her stats speak for themselves. It's insane.
Yeah, she was the rookie of the month. Yeah,
I know she's rookie of the month, but I'm saying she's not instantly the best player in the league.
No. But she's making some waves.
Yes, and not a disappointment. Like don't mishear me. I'm saying like she's not the best player in the league yet. Right. She may be on course to do that, but my point is there's envy, like you said, and this, for whatever reason, very vindictive reaction that all of the rest of them have. It's very catty, it's very, very Mean Girls. It's, you don't see that and I'm not trying to like be completely stereotypical or anything like that, but you don't see that in men's sports.
Right.
I mean,
women
there's
are
people
petty.
There's people
women aren't nice to each other.
No,
there's
rude.
rookies that get put in their place usually by their own team. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like they come in hot stuff, and somebody makes sure that they realize that they're not hot stuff, and but it doesn't go this league wide. Like everybody hates. I don't know, Peyton Manning because he was drafted 1-1.
No, it's bad.
So it's very strange.
Well, and back to what y'all were saying, and the teammate wise, if somebody, even when you could hit them, were to cheap shot Peyton Manning or something like that, the offensive lineman Larry Allen would have choke slammed somebody.
Yes, rightfully so.
to stand up for their teammates.
And Caitlin's not even standing up for herself. I don't know if y'all have seen her when they asked her about it. She's like, I mean, I'm used to basically like I'm kind of used to it. I know I'm going to take probably 2 or 3 shots a game. It is what it is. I mean, it's like she's not even standing up for herself, and neither are her teammates.
Well, I think she's trying to do her best to not like blow it up because
Right.
she's trying to blow it up.
She's trying to, yeah. She's trying to keep it.
It's got to be a weird thing. Like I said, I didn't necessarily see this coming, but just the instant hatred that the rest of the league had for her purely based on success is something that like I said, that's not necessarily even success on the floor.
Right.
But she's more liked than you. She's more popular than you. So I hate her.
Well, and you've seen, I'm going to call it what it is. This is a radio show, a lot of race talk. And I don't know if y'all been following, but it's like all of the race talk is white privilege. And
apparently you're only a Caitlin Clark fan if you're a racist bigot.
Right. But
so,
Stephen A., I don't know if y'all been seeing First Take.
Did you see what Monica McNutt
Yes, I did.
Put him in her place and made him speechless?
Oh, huge. I guarantee you there were lots of talks off air.
And for those that don't know, Monica McNutt is a African-American woman, and she basically was talking about how, we're talking about it, and you could have been doing that. We could have been doing this stuff a long time ago. And her and Stephen A. Smith got into it on First Take.
Live.
It was
spicy.
Legit. And Molly, who is the facilitator of the debates, if you will, she was like, okay, let me do my job. And even Shannon Sharp's like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, it was spicy.
Yeah. And so a lot of different answers on our Black Plumbing social media question. Kaylin said just a little initiation with the WNBA. It's jealousy. Dan says definitely being treated wrong. Her teammates need to have her back. Need to see more of that. And I agree. And a lot of the veterans have come out to say that, we've been a good league with good players, and I don't disagree with that. Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie, all these players that paved the way, but now unfortunately when they were paving it, nobody was watching.
Right.
And nobody drew us. It wasn't a ticket. And tell me if I'm wrong, it was the UFL.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It was football was happening, and for me, I'll watch the UFL because I like it, and they've had some decent ratings in the UFL side, but it was football, but nobody paid enough attention to it. Now the Rock gets involved, and now there's a little bit more. Well, with this, nobody was watching the WNBA, and people were watching still college basketball more because was UConn going to go undefeated again, or was Pat Summitt's team going to go and all? So you paid attention to that. But now they're paying attention to the WNBA. There are some great players. Susan Burke, all those players are great basketball players, and they're the best women basketball players in the world playing in that spot. But they need to embrace it. There needs to maybe be some initiation, a little bit. Hey, we've been here. Thank you for bringing this. But no, we're still pretty good too, and we're going to do this.
But that's the thing that bothers me, like about the whole reaction is like, well, first of all, that's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. You can be all uppity about, like, well, we were good before she was here, and I'm not saying they weren't, just like you said, but it doesn't matter if people won't watch you play.
Exactly.
And like they make a big deal about not making enough money, and how they have to do other jobs or go play overseas in the off season just to make ends meet, and that's supposed to be my fault,
right? You chose this, babe.
There's markets set salaries. That's just how it goes at every place. That's what they're finding out. Not to dig too deep into the political side, but they're finding that out in California, where they raise minimum wage to $20, and now they like. Fast food companies have cut like 20,000 jobs, since they've done that.
And a lot of closings.
And a lot of just have closed down. if the market's not there, it doesn't matter how much you say you need to get paid. And if Caitlin Clark is a conduit to better conditions and better pay, then I think that they should accept that for what it is. But instead, it's they're mad because you didn't notice I was good yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a weird reaction.
And that's being a woman. I mean, that women are mean. Like, they just really are. And that's what women deal with in the workplace. Even today, if you're pretty, if you're whatever, they just don't like you. Like, that's just women. They're just petty and they need to grow up.
That is true. And when we grow up, we're going to call the pitter patter right after this.
Hello, Abilene and the Big Country. My name is John Keaty. I am a resident at Disability Resources Incorporated. I'm here to tell you about our document destruction and paper shredding business. Our services include routine pickups, purges, or we accept drop-offs at our state-of-the-art, safe, and secure facility. We are the DRI Shredders, and we are here to assist and serve you in the destruction of your most private documents or any of those annoying boxes that have stacked up over the years. Give us a call at 325-232-6918. Come on out and see us at 3602 North Clack Street. You'll be glad you did.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
When it comes to finding the right vehicle for you, there's no better.
I got all the trash in.
Welcome back to the Hodge Pack, sports, life, and everything in between. And we are now, our guests appear on our Pest Patrol phone line. We've got our Pest Patrol phone line up and rolling. Be sure you give them a call or a text at 673-6700. And joining us on that Pest Patrol phone line is one of the big reasons for Pest Patrol, and that is Weldon Hurt. Weldon is on the Buffalo Run. You heard Cody Cox earlier this week with Greg Austin. So, guys, how's the journey?
Man, Ryan, the journey's really good this year. We've kind of taken a different strategy. We're not running fast and hard this year. We're going to make the loop. We're going to make all the stops, but really going to enjoy it this time. As you know, we drive a little 4-seat short bus, little school bus, and Our top speed's about 65, and we can't compete with fast cars. But I tell you what, we can compete with the fundraising.
Well, and that's what it's all about. Again, he's got Dwayne Sloan, of course, Cameron Wiley. Those that know him, congratulations, Cameron, on the retirement, and now is doing, I think, more work than he was when he was not in the service. He's busy, he's crazy. So y'all are crammed in there. Of course, I guess that's a bigger cockpit than a B1, isn't it, Cameron?
Yeah, but I'm 6'9", Ryan, so I don't get those B1s very often anyway. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of room here in the bus.
All right, so talk about it. You know, a lot of times there were y'all when Cody and all the routes have been before. It was going across states and Arizona, and you know the Eagle Song and all those things of heading out to Arizona and Kansas and all that. Talk about the route and what y'all are doing this year.
Well, this year we are visiting the European cities of Texas. So, you know, it kind of makes a big loop. You know, some people went east. We went south first. We're going to London, to Moscow, up to Athens, Paris, Italy, Dublin. Did I miss one? So, you know, it's a pretty large loop, about 1,400 miles.
And the journey started yesterday at 6 p.m., is that right, or in the morning?
Yeah, no, we rolled out at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and like I say, we made it. Our first stop was London, and there were a lot of teams gathered up there at London at that first time. A lot of fun, you know, getting to socialize with the other teams and laughing and having a good time. You know, everybody's trying to make money for Camp Able, but it's a lot of fun when you're seeing your competitors along the road. Everybody's enjoying it, having a good time. But we always know what the cause is for.
Right. And, you know, one of the things that we'll talk about Camp Able in a moment, but just the how this race that started, like anything else, you do, you know, the first Dancing with the Stars or first Belting with the Boys, but now how this thing has grown to a ton of people racing. How many cars are actually in it this year?
I did final count, Ryan. It was close to 40.
Wow, that's a ton. And again, raising money for Camp Able. And so what are some of the, you know, y'all have to do, I saw somebody say basically it's a scavenger hunt. What are some of the stops and some of the challenges that you guys have already accomplished?
Well, we had to stop in Lukenbach, and we had to sing, what was it? Deep in the Heart of Texas. The Stars at Night are big and bright. Yeah, Deep in the Heart of Texas on the porch of the post office. We got to go to Brenham. We had to stop at the Shiner Brewery in Shiner, Texas. I know it's called the Tea Shots or whatever it is, but Shiner Brewery, and we had to skip through the grass there and shoot a video. So with that Southern rig, we were kind of at night hitting some of that stuff at night. It was dark. So what we're doing is we're going to kind of take a day trip now. Get all the way up to Paris. We're headed to Brenham now. We're going to the creamery, and we're headed to Moscow. We got to catch a fish along the way, and you know we always got to bury roadkill. We got to have funeral for a roadkill. Several of the teams have already had their funerals, but I'm sure that we'll have an opportunity to find some roadkill today.
So, is it what kind of adrenaline? What keeps you awake, or is it? Are we taking turns napping? What kind of gets you through? I mean. Cameron, what is your key to staying awake, and kind of what's the system been?
Well, like W said, Brian, I mean, we kind of took a different approach this year, and actually got to sleep a little bit last night. But traditionally, and obviously during the day when we're driving around, you know, we got three people. So we've got our driver, we've got someone that kind of is in the back relaxing, and then the other person's helping navigate. This thing does not have GPS, so we gotta rely on the old phone and the person next to you to find out where we're going.
So did y'all put in a charger where you can keep charging your phone? Because I don't know if those buses had USB ports.
The old cigarette lighter port, dude.
Which ironically made it on a school bus back in the day. It's a stressful job. As a school bus driver, it's stressful. And so when does the journey come, and when are folks, I know like y'all said, may not be the winners as far as first place crossing the finish line. When's the plan of coming back through the finish line? I know tomorrow night's the big festivities, but when do y'all think you'll cross and be back in Buffalo Gap?
Our plan is Saturday mid-afternoon.
Okay, nice. Good deal.
I'm sure the winners will probably finish today, but it don't matter if we try to win. We're going to finish Saturday.
Right, exactly. So, y'all did it, and so what year is this for y'all for the bus to keep rolling?
This is the third year for the bus. It's the fourth annual Buffalo Run. It's the third year for the bus.
Well, and I just think it's cool how this race has grown, and again, of course, Camp Able, equine therapy, and horse rescue. They're growing, they're expanding. It's amazing the lives that are being changed for kids and adults through what they do out at Camp Able, and the money being raised. And folks can go to campable.org and try to help continue to do their part of raising money for this organization. And so, what's been the key snack that's kind of kept everybody going in the bus?
Well, personally, I've been living on cough drops.
Oh, that's well, those cherry ones are pretty good.
That's a duffel bag full of chips.
Well, I know traveling's fun, and of course, has there been a stop or is there a place, whether it's Paris, Dublin, or whatever, is there one that you're kind of looking forward to going to, and how many of them? And another thing, of course, I know Cameron's probably been all over the world with the Air Force, but is there a place that you're like, oh, I didn't know we had that in Texas, town-wise?
Let me let Cameron tell you about Athens.
Yeah, so, first of all, I'm not really sure why Cody's got us going to Moscow, seeing how that's in Asia, but we'll count it as a European tour. But no, Athens, Texas, for me, is probably going to be at least my spot I'm looking forward to seeing. I was an Air Force recruiter for 7 years. And I spent 3 of those years in Athens, Texas. That was where I recruited out of. And so I look forward to passing through. I know I got a couple buddies that may meet us kind of at our challenge and grabbing a selfie at my old recruiting office. So that'll be kind of cool.
That is cool. And again, getting to go to these places, and maybe you can find a pond of one of your old friends there, and they'll maybe have a fish there that you can catch in Athens.
We got a secret on the fish. We're not disclosing.
We got a secret on the fish.
Well, we don't need that because it'll be on the podcast, all that. Keep that secret to yourself. We don't need to let that out of the bag. But I'm glad this is our 4th year of calling folks on the road. And we want to keep doing that because the money that's raised, it's unbelievable the amount of money that's been raised. Everybody does golf tournaments. And again, we mentioned Dancing with the Stars and all these different fundraisers, but the idea of the Cannonball Run thing has been really cool to watch. I'll be out there tomorrow night emceeing the welcome home party, I guess you could say. But Weldon, we appreciate the support you guys always have for the Hodge Pack. But again, giving back, and of course, we haven't even mentioned the mayor job that you do. Now, of course, Dwayne, I'm just wondering, I can't believe you left Cowboy Painter Golfer Ted in charge for the day.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good. Everybody's done pretty good. Last night, I'll have to give Cameron a little bit of credit. We were coming back. I was kind of being the pilot, and he was driving. And I was looking back all the way to where Shiner. The deer were horrible, dark, curvy roads, and that was a little bit of a trying run for us. Had to slow down pretty slow because there were so many deer down here. But other than that, it's been a smooth trip.
It was nice to have the younger eyes.
I bet. And you don't want to have your own roadkill funeral by the deer that you hit, so that's probably a good thing.
No, that's right.
Not that the school bus couldn't take it, I'm sure, but it's probably a good thing you missed the deer.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, Dwayne, Cameron, Weldon, appreciate all that, again, that y'all do in this community. Continue to give back. And, of course, the pitter-pattering through the European of Texas with a stop in Asia along the way. We appreciate you guys taking the time to join us on our Pest Patrol phone line. Again, call, text 673-6700, and whatever's bugging you, they'll get you taken care of. Mosquitoes coming, they can get you taken care of with that as well. We appreciate you guys.
Ryan, thank you. Misty, Josh. Thank y'all for keeping it local.
Thanks, Ryan.
Appreciate it. Y'all be careful. See y'all tomorrow. All right. When we come back, we will have more Hodge Pack right after this.
What is it that makes you...
Country Electric Cooperative. Call, stop by our offices in Roby, Snyder, and Stamford, or visit online at bigcountry.coop.
Black Plumbing, Heating, and Air is here to help our customers in Abilene and Brownwood tackle the summer heat. We are out to provide affordable heating and air services by offering a residential $79 AC tune-up special, where our certified technicians will make sure you can enjoy peak performance out of your unit this summer. Call us today at 325-675-8391 or schedule a service appointment online at blackplumbing.com.
Call on Black Plumbing. Help is on the way.
Hello, Abilene and the Big Country. My name is John Keaty. I am a resident at Disability Resources Incorporated. I'm here to tell you about our document destruction and paper shredding business. Our services include routine pickups, purges, or we accept drop-offs at our state-of-the-art, safe, and secure facility. We are the DRI Shredders, and we are here to assist and serve you in the destruction of your most private documents or any of those annoying boxes that have stacked up over the years. Give us a call at 325-232-6918. Come on out and see us at 3602 North Clack Street. You'll be glad you did.
When it comes to finding the right vehicle for you, there's no better place than Lawrence Hall in Abilene. For over 34 years, Lawrence Hall in Abilene has been the place to find the best from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And that is still true today. Great products and great service too. So the next time you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come see us or shop 24/7 at LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Voted Abilene's best new car dealer for over 28 years by you, our customers.
Miller Lite is the light beer brewed for people who love the taste of beer. For those who are always the first to volunteer for beer runs, who hit up tailgates for sports that they don't even like, and believe having a beer fridge in the garage is non-negotiable. It's a 96-calorie, 3.2 carb love letter to beer lovers who know that the best part of beer is the beer part. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
Have you enjoyed the Potosi Live experience yet? If not, you're missing one of the best atmospheres around. With amazing food, great drinks, live music, TVs to watch your favorite sporting events. The Potosi Live team will make sure you have an experience that you're going to tell your friends about. Check out PotosiLive.com or go like them at Potosi Live on Facebook for their upcoming live music and ticket events. Head out to Potosi at 897 FM 1750 for the Potosi Live experience.
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley. Here in Abilene, folks have lots of options for eating out, from large chains to locally owned mom and pops like us. I want you to know we really appreciate your business and are always striving for wonderful food, service, and prices. So we listen to you and have updated our menu, bringing back old favorites like nachos and fajitas and adding more small plates for the light appetites. So come see us. I want to hear you say, yum, yum.
At First Bank and Trust, our story started in 1996 and it continues because of you, our customers, our communities, and our neighbors. We are proud to be a small part of your success. But where does your story start? Where do you want to go? Whether starting a business, saving for the future, or launching your ideas to the next level, we want to help you take your first steps towards something big. Call or email one of our bankers today. At First Bank and Trust, we see potential, ideas, innovation, growth everywhere.
Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Tammy, are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in mortgages. Buying a home should not make you cry. You deserve a team of mortgage experts who have your best interest at heart. Visit ColemanBank.com and let us help you make your next move. If you are looking for a mortgage team in a league of their own, Coleman County State Bank is the place for you.
Equal Housing Lender. Member FDIC.
Pest Patrol, Pest Patrol, Pest Patrol. To get a big bright yellow truck coming to your door. Call Pest Patrol.
Hi, I'm Weldon Hurt, and we've been protecting families just like yours with pest problems for 30 years. If you have pest issues, let our family help yours. For service or questions, call or text at 325-673-6700.
A big bright yellow truck coming to your door. Call Pest Patrol.
Welcome back to the Hodge Pack, sports life and everything in between. We're rocking and rolling right through hour number 2. We're glad that you're with us. Again, shout out to Weldon, Dwayne, and Cameron on the big Buffalo run again. Said they're going to be sure they'll be here tomorrow. They're going to take their time. And so raising a lot of money for Camp Abel. But now it is time for a little bit of what we call knowing is half the battle.
What you talking about, Will?
All right. Yes, I've got one of those things that I need to make sure that everyone understands, because it actually led to an argument in my household recently, and that and it was one of those. I'm very pragmatic usually, and I'm not one that drags in arguments or stays in them long, because I generally find it's just better to step away. But this was one that Leanne said, we just need to agree to disagree. And I was like, no, I cannot, because you are wrong. And
this is going to be good.
So sometimes people are just wrong, and they have to get over it. I don't know. I probably have been wrong, but generally it doesn't happen.
It's a rarity.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I believe there's no such thing as an accident. Like, there are mistakes. There are tragedies that happen, but if you boil it down, it's never an accident. This started because it's a very high on my pet peeve level. My children do something, spill a drink. Yesterday, Luke broke a necklace thing that Barrett had bought for their Spirit Day at their summer club today. So there's incident where he broke it, and I scold him for it. He said, well, it was an accident, which is like, they need to learn just never to say that to me, because it makes my head immediately explode.
Because so you feel it's more of a cop-out.
Oh, it's a complete cop-out. And if you think about anything that happens that you'd say like, oh, that was a tragic accident. It wasn't an accident. It was not an accident. Someone made a decision that resulted in a bad outcome. There's tragedies all the time, car accidents, planes crash, all these things. They're called accidents. I know, because you call it a car accident. It's not an accident. Somebody did something. Someone made a bad decision. Someone was texting. Someone was messing with the radio. Someone fell asleep. You made a bad decision that resulted in a tragedy. It's not an accident.
What happens if? Because, and I don't know if this is an accident or just happens, if let's say you do a mechanical check and something goes haywire wrong, is it just the manufacturer did something wrong? Because if I'm the person that checked Misty's car and everything was fine, and all of a sudden the brake pads are jacked up or something happens or the tire was fine.
Well, someone made a mistake. I mean,
is the mistake somebody left a nail in the road?
Well, I mean, I guess that could cause a flat tire. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to instantly cause you to fly off the road like O'Banion in.
Well, I mean, but for example, for your kids, of course, yes. If something broke, I know your boys that.
Yeah, they did it. They made a mistake.
They become a defense lawyer real quick.
Yeah.
That if Luke broke the necklace, it was because he grabbed it to something that broke.
Well, right. He picked it up. It was not his. He was playing with it too roughly. It broke. And then it's like, somehow he shouldn't be in trouble for that because it was an accident. And that's, like I said, you made a decision. Now, I think there's a difference in an intentional, thing and a mistake that results in
lack of paying attention or lack of focus.
Lack of paying attention, lack of focus, being in the wrong place at the wrong time because you knew you shouldn't have been where you were, or because you wouldn't have gotten in that situation. You could say, I hit a golf ball through the window and it was an accident. Okay, yes, you didn't. I'm going to hit this ball right through that window. If actually I tried to do that, there's no way I would ever hit the ball through the window. But
right.
So it. Just because you didn't line up and hit the golf ball over there doesn't mean that what you didn't result in that. You shouldn't be playing golf. Maybe, I don't know.
Right, so
So, question: what if? Because this has actually happened. I'm just knowing is half the battle. I need to know. If a tree falls on me and kills me, is that a freak accident? Is that a mistake because the tree's old? I need clarification.
All right,
because this is legitimately happening.
You're very into the weeds on this, but it does depend.
The irony is everything that she's done today, whether it's the ducks or the horses or now this tree, she's not surviving anything.
No,
I am one with nature.
Very rough. Very
Yes.
very rough. All right, I guess there can be. I don't know what to call it other than just like acts of God. I mean,
Okay, so we're gonna call that not an accident if the tree falls
I
on
don't
you.
believe that there are accidents.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure because to me,
that's a
accident.
tragedy. That's a tragedy. But there are also, and obviously, we talked with about the healing for Holly thing, and like nobody said a tornado down there. So things happen. I'm not saying that like everything is caused by your own decisions, but so there are happenings.
He will not say it there.
But
I'm loving it.
It's not an accident.
Well, yeah,
and if the tree falls on you, our Governor Greg Abbott, a tree fell on him is because someone cut it wrong. And there was lawsuits and everything else.
What if it's just old and it just fell on
then you probably should have cut it down already.
He is not going to budge on this. Sorry, Leanne.
Your lack of being prepared, because yes, the tree fell through your roof in the storm. Did you take care of the tree? Should you have pruned it before it fell through your roof? Yes. So not an accident.
Okay.
That is.
It's a happening.
There's a part in the movie of Bridesmaids that's happening. But
oh gosh, yes, in the street.
So we used to say Webster, but now dictionary.com. Accident is a noun, an undesirable or unfortunate happening, which you appreciate using,
yes,
that occurs unintentionally and usually results in harm, injury, damage, or loss, casualty, a mishap.
All right.
A mishap.
The unintentional is the key to that whole thing. All right. Just because it's unintentional does not mean it's an accident. You set it in motion. If you're texting, driving down the road, and have a quote unquote car accident, it wasn't an accident.
Now,
you
chose
to text.
But if I spill some milk,
all right,
I made a mistake because I'm clumsy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Drink spilling happens at my house at a level that is unbelievable to man.
Like Olympic gold level.
God himself might have a hard time counting up how many drinks have spilled at my house. And I would say, and that's one of those things I get all the time. It was an accident. Stop jacking around.
It's the lack of body awareness.
Stop moving so quickly.
Dang, prison changed you.
Quit putting your drink on the very edge of the table where it's behind your elbow. So every time you move, it falls over. Yes. That's not an accident. Right. I'm not saying you spilled your drink on purpose, but if you planned and played the rules correctly, you would not have spilled your drink.
So I got to know, because love Leanne. So Leanne's argument is that there are accidents.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But and it goes into a whole nother level of things, because then I feel like our kids are just like, no matter what they do, they just like, well, it was an accident. So they're not supposed to be in trouble, which that's why
now
I do blowing my mind. So that's why I've taken this harsh line of there are no accidents.
I'm scared right now.
I do think there are accidents that or let me rephrase that.
Yeah, be mishaps happening.
There are mishaps that happenings on things that are not in trouble worthy, but then there are some that. There are.
Yeah.
Prime example. We'll go. Unfortunately, your children. We were at Mulligan's that night doing our show.
Yes.
And we almost lost the opportunity to do the show live, video wise, because the iPad.
Yes, I remember that.
Or you hit a curb and you're not paying attention. Now your tire's done. That was my fault. There was not an accident that somebody put a curb there and I wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to agree with Josh in the fact that, and I love Leanne, she's great people, but I'm going to agree with Josh on this.
Now,
Leanne, I've got your back. I agree with you.
There are some things, and I will admit that are like I said, there's still not an accident. A deer running out in front of you is unavoidable. I
thought we were calling those acts of God.
Well, that's what. Yes.
Okay, I'm so confused.
No, I guess what I'm saying is there are times that things happen that are not your fault, but then you could say like
an accident.
A mechanical part going wrong in your vehicle probably is your fault. Like having a blowout, it can happen, I guess, but did you check your tires? Were you aware of what the situation was? Most things are avoidable, is what I'm saying. There are very few accidents, quote unquote, that were truly unavoidable.
Okay, I'll give you that. I still think there are accidents.
I think they're mishaps.
And Misty, you are wrong.
Leanne, I'm on your team. I got you.
Okay, we have a little bit of time left, and so to kind of go into the weekend. Of course, there's a lot going on this weekend. Go check out some live music. The circus is in town outside.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can actually end the show with that. But
okay, go ahead.
Hodge has front row seats.
I will. I will. I do have interrupt you again later.
I do have a question, and it's probably more of a segment than. But would you rather, not necessarily the ducks and horses, this Dan Hurley thing of UConn and the Lakers?
I thought you said a different word instead of Dan. No. You can't say that on the radio.
So they're targeting him to go be the new Lakers coach. And there's going to be a lot of money. They're going to back up the Brinks truck. Lakers coach or a legacy of winning forever, like it. I'm not saying he will, but like what Coach K did at Duke. You're going to make a killing. He makes $5 million a year now. Would you rather go do that, or would you rather go stay at UConn? Thoughts?
I hate the Lakers, so I'm staying at UConn for the legacy.
Well, there's several layers to this because, as always, there's the I'm not trying to. I kind of lost my train of thought. There's what do you want to do? Right. Do you want to be the next Coach K, or do you want to pursue other things? Because you can say like Nick Saban, won in college, made the move to the NFL because he felt like that's the next challenge that he wanted to face. Then he came back to college and just cemented himself as like one of the top college coaches ever, if not generally thought of as the top. So you can choose what you want to do as far as your legacy, but that's different to different people. Because there are people that want to be at the best. There are high school coaches that could have gone and coached college, but they high school is what they wanted to do, and they stayed there their entire career. So it's different strokes for different folks. The Lakers and the Celtics; those are the premier franchises.
They're the Yankees of the NBA.
So if you wanted to ensure that next step, if you went to the Lakers and won, you would be on another level, and that's something to consider. And I think it also has a lot to do with is LeBron James coming back? Because I don't know.
To me,
look at LeBron James, and we talked about him a little bit with the Caitlin Clark segment, but look at what he has done to every team he's ever played on. The only person that's ever stood up to him was Pat Riley. Like every other place he's gone, he's ran coaches off. He's gotten GMs let go. He's demanded trades. He's demanded people brought in.
They're divas.
And so I don't know that I make that decision to go to the Lakers till I know where LeBron's going because I don't think he's good for a coaching career.
Well,
that's just
the
a
other
hot
thing
sports take. I know, but
the other thing that you have to look at, he's also almost 40 years old. How long are you going to have him there? And now I think, if a younger LeBron had a chance, but one of the things they talked about, I think the Lakers are finally hiring a coach for the Lakers. In years past, you're exactly right. Yeah. All the coaches were hired for LeBron.
For the player, yeah.
And I don't think that's happening here. And so
what would you do?
I would stay at UConn.
Yeah.
And the reason I would stay at UConn is because the other thing they said, he can go to the Lakers, and if it doesn't work out, like Saban, and I'm not a great NFL coach, I'll just go back to wherever. Well, Saban was fortunate enough that the job that opened up when he came back was Alabama.
Right.
What's going to be open? Do you go to Arizona?
Or was Alabama fortunate that he decided to come back from Miami?
And you're not getting any younger.
Because Alabama, obviously, they're a blue blood in a long time and all of that. But they weren't any good at the time, and they were coming off of being suspended, and they hadn't been really relevant recently. Saban went back, so is it chicken or egg? I mean, like if he would have gone to Texas, then would Texas be like winning national championships all the time? I mean, Texas can't win their way out of their own conference, but maybe Saban would have been the difference. It's like,
yeah.
Anyway, just interesting take, but the Hurleys are heading out to L.A. to see what the Lakers have to offer. We mentioned the circus is over here, just right. Literally, we're parked in front of it, or we're behind it. So,
where is it from?
I'm trying to think if I've been to a circus.
Here's the deal. That's what I was thinking about when I pulled into the parking lot this morning. I saw, I guess it was a couple days ago. I don't remember. I was coming from that way on the freeway, and I saw the Ferris wheel was going up. So, and that's originally when I kind of had this thought.
I know we got 5 minutes, but I got to ask this question. When did you see that? Because I'm not going to lie. I drive around this loop for work during the week and all that. And maybe literally.
I think it was yesterday.
I was going to say, I've never seen it.
Because today is the first time I've seen it.
Same.
Well, and that's when I had this thought when I was driving and I saw this, and I thought they're putting a Ferris wheel up in the mall parking lot. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not trusting my life on anything that it took them 37 minutes to build.
Right.
I mean, like they put that thing together and it was just like up and going, and seems like you want to talk about an accident. That seems like a quote unquote accident waiting to happen. And then
there are no accidents.
And then I dug it. Well, no, it wouldn't be an accident. It'd be like stupid people putting up stupid Ferris wheels in parking lot, and you're going to be dumb enough to get on it. And so that's like tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. Maybe you deserve to have it collapse on you if you're that dumb. But
I love it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do not mean that. I hope there are no tragic accidents at the carnival.
But I hope.
But you're right. It was 37 minutes to put it up.
But maybe it's just impressive that they do that.
Yeah, you can take the carny
take
side.
the bait.
You would. But small hands smells like cabbage. So anyway, then I thought about like my entire life, like not just my adult life. As a child, I remember seeing those random Ferris wheels. Like there seemed to always be at the Kmart parking lot over on the other side of town when I was younger.
Montgomery Wards.
Yeah, Montgomery Wards. I guess they just need a rundown old store to put something out front of. That's Montgomery Wards. But anyway, I never once saw that and thought I want to go over there. I always looked at that and said, "That looks very bootleg."
Sketch.
But but again, shout out because I hope a ton of people come and it's great for the mall.
I bet it'll be great.
And that's good. But so the ride, and we got 3 minutes.
I'm not riding the company line on that one. I'm sorry.
the ride that's like a tilt-a-whirl thing. There's no way I could make that. There's no way I would be blowing chunks all over the place.
Gross.
Are you roller coaster people?
Image.
Yes.
I haven't been on one in a long time, but I would gladly do it. Here's my problem, and I know my kids are getting old enough I'm going to be forced into this. I'm probably the most line-averse person that you have ever met.
That means you love them?
Oh, no.
Hate.
No.
Yeah, we know. Brass knuckles.
I will avoid standing in a line. Like if you told me come stand in this line for an hour and I'll give you $100 bill, like, nope, I'm out.
Really?
Like, not doing it.
$100 an hour is a pretty good gig.
I know.
You're a banker. You know this.
It might not be smart, but I will not do it.
Okay, at least you admitted that.
I would accidentally stand in that line for an hour.
I'll stand in it twice.
And the other thing is that any event that I go to, any single event and Leanne gets frustrated at me at this, and I've sucked it up a few times, but if it's like, all right, we're mingling, all right, you make your way to the line for dinner, I'm like, nope, I'm going to sit my tail over here until there's no line, and then I'll go through and get my
Is that
food.
what you do at Cattle Barons? Do you wait till there's no line for the food?
I'm not going to stand in a line.
Well, and really deep down for food, I agree. There is a point where, and the only way that it might be, and we got a minute, is if the line's moving pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'll give a shout out. They do a pretty good job at all these places that cater those big events here in Abilene. They do a pretty decent job of getting people through, but it is a battle. Real quick, Seinfeld always said Kramer was scared. Are you scared of clowns? Do clowns bother you? I know this. I don't know.
Slightly.
I guess I don't think it's a circus.
No,
I think
it's just like a carnival.
It's a carnival.
Yeah.
It's like the West Texas Fair. It's a carnival thing. So, are you scared of clowns?
Not really, although we did watch a movie growing up called Clown House. It's a total B movie, but and it was like the clowns are coming, and it was like this scary show and like late at night. And I remember getting scared watching that, as my mom forced us, like because she loved scary movies, but never like if I see one, she literally did.
Us into terrible nightmares.
She loved them so much, but yeah, no, not really. But I do
Cool.
have friends like deathly afraid. They'll start crying if they see a clown.
Yep, they're out there.
I'm kind of scared of them.
They are out there.
It's creepy.
Well,
they are creepy.
Well, y'all be careful. Have a great weekend. Again, happy anniversary to my parents, 58 years. And watch out for any accidents that may not happen or whatever, or large horses and ducks. Actually, be large ducks and small horses. We'll be back next week. See ya.
And action. KLGD, Stanford, Abilene.